fine guys, in case no answer, I assume that okay, you all will be getting my voice. Okay, so let's assume and prepare to proceed with our session. Okay, so guys, before we start the session, just an announcement. Okay, that we have been reached by a lot of participants that due to the festival and vacation, they may be traveling or something. That is the reason they might not be getting chance to reach out to admin and enroll. Okay, so just for the special considerations, I have personally requested Kumar, and today is the last chance to avail the early bird offer. Okay, so out of those who has already enrolled, most welcome. In case you have not enrolled, please make sure that you should get enrolled into the classes for today to avail the early bird offer to have a cash discount of 2000 as well as 6000 benefit through the access related discounts. Okay, so please guys, do not rush and do not try to feel that okay on the last moment you will get it extended again. It is a special consideration due to the festival and people are traveling. We have extended for one more day. Okay, in addition to that guys, I request everyone that okay, please join the class 5 minutes early because we will be starting the class sharp at 7 o'clock. Okay, so in order so that you will not miss anything, request everyone to join in time. So for that particular reason, I request everyone to reach out to 5 minutes in advance. Okay, and guys, we still have admin available into the class. They may be sharing the payment links. In case you have decided and you need to make an enrollment, please make sure that you will make the payments today to get avail the early bird offer. Okay, fine guys, moving ahead as we were discussing that okay, we have the different sort of topics and the work that we are supposed to learn, different sort of technologies and the tools that we are going to learn through this part of this particular course curriculum. So as the initial thing that we are going to learn, what we have done our detailed demo 1 that is related to what we are going to cover, how we are going to cover, what sort of components that we will be going to discuss and share, how is our training methodology, who we are, who you should be, what we are going to learn. Okay, all these things we have discussed in detail. Okay, apart from that guys, this is the second class that we are going to conduct, and this will be the last demo. This is the last free session, and after that only the participants who will be joining and enroll with the program, a new separate Zoom link will be shared with those particular set of participants only. Okay. So guys, one more important thing, like once the participants who have been enrolled and joined with us, there will be a separate WhatsApp group will be created where we will be sending all the updates. Okay. All the access related updates, all the updates related to what topics that we are going to cover. Okay. Daily basis, the updates will be provided. In addition to that, as you see that okay, every month we are sending all the updates, and whether it's 1 year old batch or 2 years old batch, we are not going to dissolve that particular batch, so that we will be always in touch with our participants and they can also reach out to us for any sort of queries and requests. Okay, and in these particular batches, what we are going to do, we are regularly posting different sort of openings that we are getting. Okay, from our detailed onboarded partners or the companies with where we have a good number of consultants deployed. So we are regularly getting internal updates for different openings related to Fusion, technical Fusion, functional Fusion, OIC developer, and we will be internally referring and help you guys to place into your dream jobs. Okay. Moving ahead, guys, as we are going to cover up these particular fundamentals, okay, we will be learning about small things into the initial first week. So that will give you the complete base about the Fusion as an application. And moving ahead, then the main work that is a Fusion technical that we need to learn about the data extraction technologies and the data loading technologies, which are the these works. These are the different tools that we are going to learn. And guys, while using these particular tools, there are certain concepts. There has been different tools to change the look and feel of the application. So we will be learning these things. There is a different sort of tools available that will help us to define custom workflow. Like suppose somebody is trying to change the salary of an employee. Okay. As per the company policy, it is like if the HR is trying to change the salary of an employee, if the total change into the salary is less than $5,000, it should not need any sort of approval and it should be automatically saved into the system. In case the total change is greater than $5,000, what will happen? It should need to be approved by the HOD of the department, head of the department, followed by it should need to be approved by the CHR of the company. So if these sort of different business requirement, then how we are going to achieve these sort of requirement? There are tool available through which we will be designing the custom workflows. Okay. Same way, guys, we have discussed that okay, there has been different small utilities. These are the small tools offered by Oracle, which does not have their direct impact. As a consultant, we are not maybe required to just go to these any of the utilities and start using these utilities. But what has happened, these utilities are very important in context to some of the tools that we are going to learn. Like if we are going to learn and work onto the BIP, OTBI, and HCM Excel, there may be certain utilities which are internally being referred. That is the reason that we are going to conduct a session to cover these particular utilities also. So you will be getting a fair understanding about these particular utilities. And as per our training program, what we are going to plan, like the initial 1 week, okay, in the initial 5 6 classes, you will be able to understand all these concepts. Okay, so roughly what has happened in the 1 week of training, you will be able to understand almost 20 to 30 new concepts, new tools, new techniques. Okay. And once you will be having these particular knowledge over the weekend, but we are expecting that you should be going through all the recorded videos. Internally, you will get the access for these particular instances, and you should be going to refer the video and practice these particular tools, what these particular tools and techniques are supposed to be done. If you are thoroughly understood these particular things, and this will help you to make the base for your fusion application journey. Okay, so based on this, guys, also you will be start updating your personal profiles, your CVs, and if you require, you can share across your CVs to start conducting your mock interviews onto these topics only. Okay, so guys, what has happened within the first week itself, you should be getting a confidence that you know something which is the extremely useful as well as real time. Okay, so based on that, you can start projecting yourself within your current project, within your current assignment, or you should be start looking out for the job opportunities in open market. Okay. So moving ahead, guys, what we are going to discuss, first thing that we are going to discuss is the security. Okay, but before the security, guys, we should need to discuss about the basic DML operations and the navigation of the application. So guys, as part of this particular training program, as we said that okay, the Fusion application, okay, the Fusion application server access will be provided to each one of you. Once you get enrolled, you will be provided this username, password, as well as this URL. This is a cloud-based application where you, if you have been using an internet and in your laptop, if you have the any of the browser, you can just paste the URL, and once you paste the URL, you will be landing into the login screen and you should be entering the username and password for this particular application. Each one of you will be provided with the separate username password, and click on to sign in. What will happen? It will take you to the where this is the home screen of the Fusion application. This is how once you get the username, password, and URL, you will be able to access the Fusion application. Okay, so guys, what is happening in the Fusion application? This is a pre-configured, pre-provided application by Oracle, where the application may be having three major product families. One is for human capital management, where we are managing the resources related to the manpower resources, the employees of the company. The second kind of application, or you can say product family, is the financial, where we are checking and maintaining the resources like money, where somebody is uh, sending the money to us, or we need to share the money with someone, we need to transfer the money, we need to make the entry of the amount that is received, amount which we are supposed to pay. All these things we are happening and handling into the financial modules. Third module that we are going to work, that may be in supply chain, like what are the products that we are building. In case we have to build some sort of products or some sort of item, we may be requesting some raw material. To get the raw material, we may be having some sort of suppliers, so the data related to that. Guys, what has happened, this ERP application provides different screen to manage all these sort of data. So that is called different sort of transactions happening into the application. Okay, and these transactions, guys, are what, only four kind of behavior of the data in the application. You go any of the application, only four kind of operations are allowed. Whether you will be searching any data into the application, whether you want to create new data into the application, or you want to delete any existing data, or you want to update any existing data. Taking an example from the Fusion HCM standpoint, guys, there may be certain business transactions like the user, HR is the user. He logs in into the application, and he got an confirmation that two new employees has to be joined the organization. So he will go to the respective screen and he will try to create the data. He will try to hire two new employees data. Okay. Otherwise, what has happened? He may be required to terminate two employees because of certain reasons, or he may require to transfer two employees. He may require to maybe add some phone number of the employee. It may be required that HR need to modify the salary of the employee. It may be required that HR may need to re- update the assignment details, or the job, or the grade, or the position of the employee. So all these things are called business transaction into the Fusion application. Okay, so although that is not a job of a Fusion technical consultant, but since we are a consultant and we need to prove ourselves and sell ourselves confidently that okay, we knows our subject, we knows, and we have an experience of 2 to 3 years. So that is the reason, guys, what we are going to learn. Initially, we will learn the basic navigation of the Fusion application, and in addition to that, we will be learning about the how the security of this application will be maintained, how the customization and personalization of this application is being maintained, and how the transaction, different sort of transaction, whether these are the insert transaction, update transaction, delete transactions, has been handled and maintained from the administrative point of view. Okay, if the admin need to approve something, they need to reject something, all those aspects we will be learning as part of this particular training program in the first week of the training. Okay, so far, guys, if anybody is having any questions, please raise your hand and I will give you the chance to take up your queries. Otherwise, we will continue with this particular application as we have planned. Fine, guys. So, guys, what you are able to see here, this is the Fusion application. Once you log in into the application, you will be landing into some particular screen. This is the landing page of the application. In the landing page, guys, you will see that, okay, there has been in the left extreme left hand side, the branding of the software is there. In addition to that, these three bars are there. Once you click onto these particular bars, what you will see into these particular bars, these bars are called the navigators. In these navigators, guys, different modules, different pages are there, right? So what has happened, these pages has been These pages has been categorized into different subheadings, and under each of these subheadings guys, different sort of pages that you can be able to access to perform different sort of work responsibilities. What sort of work that you want to do, like suppose you want to manage the employee, in case you want to configure the absence into the application, in case you want to perform and create some sort of work structures. That is the reason different pages are available, and as a functional consultant you will log in, go to the navigator, access those particular page and perform the expected actions that you want to perform into the application. Okay, so guys, this is the navigator. All these categories and all these pages, sub pages, how you will be able to get the user that you have logged in, you may be assigned some sort of permission, some sort of roles has been provided to you. Okay, like suppose you are the user. Once you log in, you may be assigned with the role of a payroll manager. So the responsibility of a payroll manager is to run the payroll of the employee every month. Whatever the employees who are working into our company, the payroll manager has the access and he has the capabilities that he can run the payroll of the employee. If there is a person who logs in whose access is related to the HR manager, so HR manager may have the access that he should be able to search any employee, he should be able to transfer any employee, he should be able to, you may say, promote any employee. So that is very much possible from the HR manager. So what I mean to explain here is that, okay, since I logged in with the uh, maximum accesses, I am working and loading this particular application as an admin. That is the reason you will see so many categories, and under each category so many pages, sub pages are being displayed. But in actual, once the person has logged in, he may be having very minimum sort of accesses. He may be working as a payroll manager. So as a payroll manager, he will be getting only one or two categories. Under those category, he may be able to see one or two pages as per the work responsibilities of a payroll manager or a procurement manager or a finance head, something like that. Okay, you will not be able to see all these categories. Okay, now guys, if you see all these things, there may be a requirement that, okay, how Piyush, how these particular categories has been created. So guys, these categories has been already created by Oracle, which has been granted based on the rule which has been assigned to the user. In case you also need to create some categories and add your own pages and all, there is a provision that we will be learning as part of this particular training. Once we are going to learn about these tools, okay, customization and personalization, there is a tool called structure that will help us to add new categories and new pages into the Fusion application. So we will be learning that aspects also. Okay, and in addition to that, guys, what has happened to perform one task, to access one particular page, Oracle has given multiple ways to navigate to those particular pages or function. One most common thing is this navigator, which will be always available, and you can go to the navigator and go to one of the categories as per your choices. Open the category and go to the page. Click onto this, and what you will be seeing, you will be getting a page that will be accessible, and that page you once accessible, you can access the page and perform different sort of transactions. Let the page open, and then we will be able to see how the page look alike and what sort of capabilities that particular page will offer. Okay, so guys, here what I am going to explain, I am going to explain one of the feature from this particular page. And in the entire application you go to, most of the screens will be like this. The look and feel and the structure of the pages are like this only. What has happened, guys, in this particular page, which is responsible for searching any employee in our organization, if there has been 10,000 employees already working and enrolled, their data is there. So through this particular page, how you will navigate, go to the navigator. Under navigator, there is something called my client group, and under there is a person management page. To manage the person record, this is the main page. How you are going to manage the person? If you land to this particular page, this page has two sections. One is the search section and other is the result section. If you want to search any employee, so what we will do, let's search for any employee passing some sort of details. Like suppose I want to search any employee which is starting with the 10000. one percentage and click on to search. So all the employees which are available into my Fusion application having the person number starting with this particular digit should be visible to us. You will see so many employees having these particular matching person number is being represented and listed. You want to search the user which has any specific username AEBC and click onto this. That's how you will be able to search the employee, specific employee. So there has been 4 5 fields are available. You want to search based on the one field or many fields. That's how you will be able to search the field. Okay. Guys, in the search section, you will see certain fields are marked with star. Star means that these fields are mandatory. You cannot able to search it for too many occasions if you are not passing any value to these particular fields. In case any of the mandatory fields are available, which we have not passed, we will be getting this sort of error value. Okay. So in the entire application, guys, wherever we are going, and we see certain fields which are marked with star, that means these fields are mandatory. And wherever we see that okay, multiple stars are there, that means a combination of these particular fields, any one of the fields must be required to be passed to perform the operation. Okay, because that's how you will be able to search the employee. And once you're able to search the employee, there will be results about that particular employee and the basic details about the employee will be listed. You want to see more details about the employee, you click onto this. This is an hyperlink. It will take you to the more drill down application, the next page of this application, which will list down all the details about this employee, what this particular employee is working, what is the job, what is the grade, where it is working, what is his start time, what is his end time, who's the manager of the employee. All these details about the employee engagement with our organization will be listed down in this particular page. See, it is going to give so many details about this particular employee. What is this particular employee is all about? What is the job, grade, position? What is the location? Whether this employee is permanent employee, full-time employee? All these details are available. Okay. In addition to that, guys, what you will see in the Fusion applications once you search any business object, like suppose you want to search for any invoice, any receipt, any supplier, you same way the screens will be available. You will be searching those suppliers, you will be getting the result of the suppliers, you will be opening the supplier page. Basic details or the main details will be open up in the first page. In addition to that, there will be some additional details about that particular supplier or about that particular invoice or about that particular employee. So what you will be seeing, you will be able to see in the most of the pages right hand side, this notepad icon is there, which is called task. If you go to the task, related to this particular employee, there has been different other screens are available. Like there is a screen called absence record, like to check the absence details of this particular employee, that whatever the absence this employee has done in past, what are the absence this employee is going to take in future, what are the absence which the currently employee has already applied. All these details you should be able to access from there. In case you want to check the salary of the employee, click on to change salary. What you will see, the current salary of the employee is visible to us. In addition to that, if you have the appropriate privileges, then you should be able to change the salary of an employee or add a new salary to the employee. Okay, in case you are not interested for this particular page, click onto this and you should be able to close this particular page. So there may be several sub pages available under this task. As per your requirement, you should be able to access these particular pages. In case we need to check the personal detail of the employee, click on to person detail page. It will list down all the personal detail about the employee, like his name, his short name, his middle name, his nickname, his contact details, his email address details, whether the person is, what is the national identifier of the person, whether the person is married, not married. All these personal details will be listed down in this particular page. Okay, clear, guys? In addition to that, guys, in case in case we get to search any implies, there may be a possibility that we are opening the page. In that page also there may be some sub pages. Okay, each of these sub pages will be displayed as a tabs. These sub pages may be having some purpose, like this implies going to have multiple contact, like his spouse details, his emergency contact details we want to capture. So how the functional users are going to capture, like they will come to this particular page, they will go to this particular tab. There is a option available called create. So once we click on to create, some page will open. That page will provide us some sort of fields that we need to enter. In this page, guys, you will see certain fields are mandatory. Okay, we will make that. Okay, we are going to add a brother details of the employee. What is the country? By default, certain fields are coming. Certain fields are coming which are pre-populated and mandatory. Certain fields are coming which are mandatory and giving you a pop list, a list of values from which we can select the value. Okay, certain fields are there which are non-mandatory but text values, like this is non-mandatory, but if you want to capture, we can capture these values still. We can capture the passport details like this. Okay, we there is a field which are mandatory and we want to capture the mandatory field, but these fields are free text. We can enter anything. You want to name that, okay, whether this particular person is male or female, we can specify. You want to add the phone number of this particular contact, like I am the employee of the company, but in my employee record I want to give one emergency contact of my brother. Okay, I want to mark that, okay, this particular contact is a emergency contact and I want to give the employee details. So within the page itself, there may be some another table sort of format, because the person that we are going to add may have multiple phone numbers, multiple email address. So in case you want to add a phone number, again click on to plus. Somewhere, guys, we will be specified by the keyword called create button. Somewhere we will be giving the plus icon that represent that we can add new sort of details. Here also, this is a work phone number. What is the phone number? We will say uh, country code is 91 for Piyush. Okay, and my phone number, like suppose we will say, okay, and my phone number is 89892033. Like suppose this is my particular number. What is the country code? Country code is 91, something like that. So like this, the functional user will be creating this sort of data. And once they are done, okay, you will see there is an OK button. Once we will be clicking on to OK, what we will see that one contact details for this particular employee has been added. Okay. If in case there is an error, it will show that error. This plus may not be allowed. We need to remove this particular plus and click OK, and that's how we will be able to enter the details. Okay, you must enter a value. Okay, since I have selected the country as USA, it is not allowing this, but this is not mandatory, so I am not keeping. Only the phone number and the type are mandatory, and this is the primary phone number of the employee. Click OK. That's how the details has been added into the Fusion system. So in US, the person number, phone number should be of 7 digits. That is the reason. Let's search for the country code equals to India so that it should work. Okay, and let's click on to OK so that our data should be allowed to be saved. See, that's how the data will be saved. Now this data has been saved here, but we have not submitted the transaction. Most of the screen, guys, you must need to be familiar that, okay, the moment we do something, there is a save button. Save button is that, okay, only onto this particular page the things has been saved so that you can navigate to other pages, sub pages. But you have to commit the transaction, you have to submit the page. Okay, and guys, wherever you are being able to see the data into this table format, okay, in the table format at the top view, guys, you will be getting different sort of buttons. Like you want to edit this particular details, that this is not your brother details but it is your spouse detail. Click on to select the row, click on to edit. the form will open. Certain fields are editable, like suppose this is female, so you can put female and then click OK, and those updates will be there. That's how we can add the update to the existing record. You want to delete the record, if the system allows to delete and you have the privileges to delete, you will be getting a delete icon or delete button. You select the record and click on to delete to delete. You want to create new, you can create. You want to see some additional column. Who has created this record? You will see about this page. This record has been created by this user on this particular page. This is very helpful to audit that who has created, who has modified, who has done the transaction. Okay. Always this about this page is not available, but most of the time it is available. Sometimes guys, you want to reorder the content of this particular table. Okay. You want to reorder in such a way that the primary phone number should need to come after the country. So you can do like this and it will come like this and click OK. Once that is done, you will see the ordering of the columns will be changed. Sometimes guys, you want to check and add few more columns. Like suppose currently there has been 6 columns being displayed. Click onto this. There is a one more column available, or this address column you don't want to display. Click onto this and that address column will not be displayed. Okay. Mostly guys, what you will see, in case the table kind of structure, there is one icon is available to export the data. In case you want to export the data from the Fusion application, the simplest way, without being a technical work to be done, the manual simplest way to extract the data is that okay, search the employee, search the record will be displayed in a table structure, and there will be a extract button. Click onto that extract button, and that data will be extracted to you into a Excel format. Okay, click on to submit so the details will be saved properly. Once we are able to save these particular details, guys, the data will be saved and reflected. Even if you close the form and you again search this particular employee and again you will come into this particular case, the data will be persisted and you will be able to see this particular phone number details into this particular screen. Okay. In case you want to close the form, that okay, you have checked the details, you have made the edit, you have changed all the things, you go to the sub pages, make those particular changes, and you want to go back to the screen, you want to go back to the previous screen, there is a close button available. Click onto this close button and you will be landing back to the same particular screen. You want to search again, you can search something like this again, and you will be getting again those set of records that will be listed. I was referring to this particular button. Most of the table structures, you will be getting a button called Export to Excel. Once you click onto this data, based on the search criteria, whatever the data that has been listed into this table section will be extracted. Okay. The only limitation is whatever the things which has been listed into the search result section, only this data will be reflected based on the criteria that you have to find here. Secondly, only these columns which has been reflected here into this column will be extracted. If you want to get the phone number, but phone number is not listed down here, it will not be extracted. So guys, in a day-to-day operation, the business needs bulk data to be extracted. They want different combination of the fields to be extracted for different purpose. They need to extract the data for the report keeping. They want to extract the data to send it across to some third-party application. Like TCS is a company. They want to extract the monthly sales of the employee and send that file to HDFC Bank to process the salary of the employee. So that by 30th of every month, the salary of the employee should be credited to their respective bank accounts. Okay. There may be a requirement the companies want to extract the data of whatever the total tax which has been deducted, whatever the total PF which has been deducted, so they can share and send that particular data to Income Tax Department of India to send the PF Department of the India. Because these are the mandates. These, as an employee, these are the mandates that every company should need to share these details with these government bodies. So how they will be extracting this data? They, the companies which are having 1 lakh employees, 10,000 to 1 lakh employees, it is not possible for them to manually prepare these sorts of file in Excel or PDF or Word document and send it across to different departments. They want automated solutions. They want certain sort of technology that will help them to extract the data and send that data automatically to respective email address, to respective server, to respective placeholder applications where these applications like HDFC Bank, like LIC of India, like the Income Tax Department of India should be able to access these particular data. Okay, so that is the work of a fusion technical consultant. We will be called, you will be called for an help that okay, we want the bulk data to be extracted in the form of reports, in the form of letters. Suppose HR is hiring 5 employees. Once HR hired 5 employees, they created the data into the Fusion application and they want to generate an offer letter for the employee. So once the offer letter has been created, that offer letter should be shared, of course, with the employee. Every employee who's joining the organization, they will be getting an offer letter, right? So one way is that HR should be manually creating an offer letter. Suppose there's a company like Indigo Airlines, which is getting on a daily basis, they want to hire 1,000 crew members. Okay. So in one location, 1,000 crew members have been getting hired by a set of 4 to 5 pool of consultants who are working as an HR. It is not possible for them to create a 5 page of manual uh, offer letter. So what is required? There is a technology required. There is a concept required through which the automated process, the letters can be generated for the new hired employee, pulling out all the records that the HR is going to fill in while they are submitting and creating the employee into the Fusion application system. Okay, guys, anyone has any questions? Okay.
Yeah, Piyush, I have one question. This is Harish.
Yes, Harish, tell me.
Uh, like, I should not supposed to ask this question actually, but I have a doubt. Um, uh, for this one, when we are calling using REST API, okay, so there is a separate APIs for each, the person contacts, documents, disabilities, extra information, personal information, right? For each REST API, right?
What is the question, Harish?
Sorry?
Is the question is that for different business object there is a separate API? Yes or no? Is
Yeah.
that the question?
Yes, yes, to call in the OIC.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Harish, just to answer, you may be familiar with the fusion, you know the concept. Okay, your question is far way ahead of what we are at the moment. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
there is a
Sorry, sorry.
yes, there is a separate API is available for separate business objects. Guys, if you have any questions which are not related and relevant to the topics that we are going to discuss, please ping those questions and wait for the end of the session. If required, if that is urgently required, I will address in the last. Okay. Otherwise, I request everyone, every participants to stick to the topic. Okay. Daily, what I'm going to discuss. If you have any queries related to that, please ask. And the next day, I'm going to give first 5 minutes for the sessions to have the questions, those time frame for the previous topic that in case we have covered something and if you have any doubts, please let me know. Okay, that is the cycle and the process that we are going to follow. Still, if you have some emergency, if you're working, if you're stuck somewhere, if you are into the same domain and you want to discuss, request, I will give you the separate time after the session. Okay, fine, fine, everyone.
Yes, yes, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Next is, as we have not interacted much, I don't know what is your background. Okay, I request you please consider that okay, this is a fusion technical training. If you have any doubts, any concern, what we are going to cover, go through the course content again. From our side, we are uh, ensuring you that we will make you a minimum 2 to 3 years of experience working consultant of fusion, that sort of confidence, that sort of knowledge, and that sort of hands-on uh, conceptual knowledge you should be having. Okay, this particular training program has been designed into a real-time market requirement. So everything, every single word, every topic, every class is mandatory, and everything that I'm going to speak is a interview question that may be asked. That is a concept that you should need to be following with. Guys, in this particular training, we will be getting to learn almost 50 to 80 different terminologies, different topics, subtopics, sub to subtopics, concept. Everyone cannot be an expert of everything, but you should need to learn, understand, grab majority of the things. I will also pinpoint and highlight which technology, which topic is mandatory that everyone should need to be skilled with, which are the things which you can skip, which are the things which anybody who's from the financial domain should need to be having an expertise. Somebody that there has been some tools and the topics who's an expert from the HCM domain should need to be familiar with. Okay. Next thing is, although the course is called Fusion Technical, this course does not require any sort of technicality except SQL. If you know Excel, if you know Word file, if you know like okay, you can create your own resumes at your own. You can make certain things bold. You can align the content into the left. You can align the content into the right. You know how the data, what is the number, what is the date, and what is the name. If you understand these particular differences, like name is a string value, date of birth is a date value, salary is a numeric value, then that is more than enough. Okay. Next guys, the only technicality, the only coding that we are going to learn and that is required into this entire course, that is SQL, structured query language. If you have any background into the structured query language, well, it is very good. Okay, if you don't have, we are going to cover that from the scratch. Okay. Next thing guys, if you have been working into the ERP domain already, if you are been working into a ERP domain as end user, as a functional user, as a technical user, you may be working into the Oracle domain. You may not be working into Oracle, but some other ERP technology. Okay, so there may be so many sort of vocabularies and work concepts you may be already familiar with. Okay, in case you are from the IT background, you may be already familiar with what is UAT, what is production, how to migrate the things. If we are dealing with the data, okay, how to Piyush, we will be managing the audit, how the security of the application will be managed, how the security of the report will be managed, how to give the access of the report to someone, how to migrate the component from one place to another place. These all concepts may be there in your mind considering to your leveraging previous applications. Okay, I don't want you to have any of this knowledge. I want every participant to be a fresher here who doesn't know anything about IT. If you participate with that particular mindset, I will be explaining each and every topic, every concept in detail. Okay, because if you have that sort of mindset, if I am teaching at level 1, you may be thinking about okay, the report is getting built, but how the report is going to be secured, how the data is to be extracted, how the report is going to be migrated from one instance to another instance. So to get best utilization of this particular course, join as a student. The student who's a newbie, who doesn't know anything about IT, who doesn't know anything about Fusion, so that you will be getting more benefits from this particular course. Okay. And guys, wherever there is a requirement that I want to compare, wherever I need to put it across that okay, is anybody is from the EBS background, anybody is from the SAP background, anybody is from the functional background, anybody is from the financial background, I will call out and I will specifically mention that okay, this topic is something like this. You can correlate to like this thing that you are going to do in EBS. This topic is something that you can correlate like what you have done into PeopleSoft. This is something that you can correlate which you have done into JD advert, something like that. Okay, every detailing I will be doing in detail. Clear? Clear, guys?
Yes, Piyush.
Now, guys, just to proceed further, I would like to know, is there anybody in this particular group who has not yet enrolled? Guys, anybody who has not yet enrolled for the course?
Or yeah, Guruji.
Okay, so guys, again I'm repeating, today is the last day that has been extended. Okay, please avail that early bird offer to get yourself enrolled. There is a payment link has been provided. Please try to connect through admin if you face any difficulty to access the payment link and all. Second thing, guys, anybody is there in this particular group who's currently from non-IT background. He doesn't know what is software. He doesn't know how, like, what is the software to be installed, what is the transaction, what is SQL. Anybody who doesn't know how to write the select statement. Everyone knows how to write and select statement, guys.
Piyush, this is Harish again. No idea of how to use select statement in Fusion.
I'm not considering whether you know how to use select a statement in Fusion or not. The question is, do you know the select statement? How to write a select statement is clear to you or not? Like select statement is to fetch the data from the table. Select star from table implies something like that. Are you familiar with this? Everyone is familiar with this concept or not?
Yes, yes, I am familiar.
Guys, since we are at the initial level, so that we will be better understand each other and it will be beneficial for you to learn and understand. One more thing that I would like to tell, that this particular training program and the subject that we are going to learn, this is not going to make you a developer. This particular training does not say that, okay, Oracle technical developer. The purpose, the training, the name of the training itself is a Oracle technical consultant. There's a very big difference between a developer and a consultant. Developer is somebody who doesn't know what they are doing, why they are doing, and who will be using the software or the piece of code that they are going to write. Okay, consultant is someone who's an highly appreciated person, who's a highly rewarded person, who's an expert, who should be considered as an expert of their field. They have to interact with lot of people, the people that are the business user, the people who are the end user, the people who are the third party consultant, the people who are the integration expert, the people who are the technical expert. So you have to interact with different people with different terminology for different purpose. Okay, so it is very important as a consultant, guys, that as we said that, okay, we will be transforming you as a fusion technical consultant having 3 years of experience. So our role is not to just learn about the technology. We have to learn how we need to conduct, how we need to present ourselves, how we need to talk, how we need to respond to the you can say on Zoom calls. So there's one thing, a thumb rule that is very important. You have to be very active listener. Okay. And being an active listener, guys, you have to be point to point. Please listen to the questions of your client for your customer carefully. If you are interacting with the client and they are expecting that, okay, you will be cut to cut, you will be an expert of these particular things and you will be giving an answer as expected in the context, but if you are off context, you they will not entertain, they will not respond back to you, they will not try to give you the details, they will not entertain to give you time to join on to the calls. Okay, my question was, do you know SQL? You are saying you don't know how to write the SQL into Fusion. That is not the question is all about, right? So please think through, get into the shoes of a consulting mindset, that okay, you are providing a consulting, you will be a highly paid consultant getting 20, 30, $40 per hour for your consulting work. Okay, so you have to be having a customer focused mindset, very polite with the customer, getting the requirement. Second thumb rule, guys, anything that the customer is asking, whether you know or you don't know, you should not need to conclude anything over the call in the first go. You have to take up the requirement. You should need to check, yes, I will concern, I will internally validate, I will go back to my team. Okay, never take the responsibility completely onto your shoulder. Distribute, show that okay, you have a team, either you are a single person or a team of two people, then still say that okay, let me check. Always go back, refer your documents, go back the documents offered by Oracle, leverage the things that you have already worked upon, and based on that, once you're confirmed, do some sort of validation, go do some sort of POC, and then get back to the customer. Okay, clear, guys?
Yes.
Now, guys, talking about the SQL, one concept that we want to understand, this is just a 5 minutes concept. Mostly, I believe you are from the IT background, whether you are from the .NET background, you are from the Java background, you are from the C background, definitely you will be working on to writing some sort of code. If you're writing some sort of code, what those code are supposed to be done, those codes are supposed to be doing some sort of uh, work related to the data. So what is data, guys? Data can be saved. You tell me, the data can be saved in how many formats? Only two formats the data can be saved, guys. One is the non-structure format and one is the structure format. Non-structure format is, guys, what? Like file system. What is the file system, guys? Like CSV file, Excel file, XML file, PDF file, Word file, text file. These are called file format. You have the data related to the Piyush salary details, Piyush employee details, his contact details. You are saving that into notepad and saving it like a text file or CSV file. That is very much possible, right? Everyone might have created different files, right? Like Excel file, CSV file, PDF files. All these are the different sort of files. Clear? And the next way that how we will be saving the data will be saved into the database. What is database, guys? It is a well structured data, which is, there is a database. What database will contain? Database will contain tables. What tables will contain? Tables will contain multiple rows and columns, and the data will be saved into those particular tables. Agreed? Guys, everyone agreed to this?
Yes, Piyush.
So guys, what has happened in the entire Fusion application? Okay, in the entire Fusion application, whether we are talking about human capital management, supply chain management, financial management, data extraction technology, data loading technology, anything that we are going to discuss, anything and everything is related to the data. What data? That data is being residing into the database. The Fusion is the software that is saving the data and using the data from the database. So if there is a data that is being saved into the database, for each data there is a separate table may be available. Like to save the person data, there is a person table available. To save the phone data, phone table is available. To save the salary data, salary table is available. And to get the data from the salary table, to get the data from the different tables, only one technology is available. That technology is having SQL. In SQL, there has been different kind of commands or different kind of statements are available. None of the statements are useful. Oracle Fusion does not allow any of the statements other than that select statement. Only select statement is allowed. And what is the select statement, guys? If you are able to read through this particular slide and able to figure it out what this particular different variants of the select statement, if you understand this, that means you are knowing the select statement, and this is the only knowledge from the coding perspective as part of this particular entire training program is required. So please check and let me know if you are able to figure it out what all these particular select statement. These are the different sort of heading and the different sort of samples of the select statement. If you have any doubts, please let me know. Select statement is the statement that will fetch the data from some seed table. Okay, this is the table. Select which data, like suppose you want the person number, first name, last name, middle name, age from the table called imply. So select statement will be created like this. These are the different variants of the select statement. If anyone has any doubts, please raise your hand. Fine, guys. Shall I consider that everyone understood this particular slide and understand what is select statement and how to write select statement?
Yes.
Guys, shall I take a go ahead from everyone? Shall I consider this is yes from everyone? Guys, I'm asking, shall I consider this yes from everyone?
Yes. Please.
Yes.
Yes.
So guys, as part of this particular training, only this select
Yes.
statement is the coding that we are going to write. Other than this select statement, there is no coding that we are going to write. Okay. Everything other than this is either drag and drop, which is simple. We just drag and drop and code will be generated automatically. Otherwise, it's some sort of wizard. Some wizard will open with some questions. We will answer that questions automatically. Something will happen automatically. Third thing is there are certain sort of properties for each component or something. We will be designing and setting some sort of properties. Based on those properties, something will happen and automatically work will be done. So guys, if you know the select statement could be anything. In Fusion, the select statement may be anything. It may be one line, it may be 10,000 line, it doesn't matter. The complexities of the select statement of any level. Okay. And please focus onto this particular select statement. What has happened here? I'm trying to get the data from two tables. One is the order table, other is the customer table. These two tables are the name as orders and customer. O is what and C is what. These are the alias to the table. Hope you are familiar what are the alias. We can add the alias. And under the select, guys, we want to fetch the column. Which column we are fetching? We are fetching two columns from the order column table. That is the reason we are putting O dot order ID, O dot order date, and one column we are fetching from the customer table. So there is no limit how many columns you can fetch from which table. Any number of columns that you are required to fetch, you can fetch like this. And since these two tables are joined, because which customer Piyush has placed 5 orders, so this customer table is having a Piyush record, and whatever the orders that Piyush has placed, that is into the orders table. So in case you want to fetch what are the orders that Piyush has placed, we need to connect these two tables. How we are going to connect these tables? Using the equi-join. In the entire Oracle Fusion application, we will be using equi-join only. Okay, clear?
Yeah, Piyush, for the customer C, no, you given O, just change to C.
Where I have given this
Alias,
one,
alias. Ah, yeah.
that is okay. That is not a showstopper. Okay, it's a typo error. We will see. That is not something that to concern and worry about. Thanks for highlighting. Next version we will update. Okay, this this query is clear to everybody.
Yes.
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 Okay. So guys, in the SQL query, you know, right? Like suppose you can use any sort of operator, equal to operator, greater than, less than, equal to, non equal to, in operator, exit operator, between operator, like operator. These are the main operators that we will be using, right? For your reference, already you know these operator, but for your reference, I have given these operators here into the slides also. Okay, fine. Guys, I would like to tell that this is a very long training, okay, which require lot of efforts. And every time if I'm asking something, if you are pausing for 3 to 10 seconds, it is wasting our time. You have to be responsive.
Yes, this is clear.
Yes.
Next thing, guys, if you have any doubts that okay, this is just the basic things. This is like a building blocks. I'm going to give you the concept so that you will get a understanding how we are going to learn. What are the concept where, when we are going to use, whether the PPTs are available or not available. Because once you get enrolled, all these material will be provided to you based on the topics that we are going to cover. If you want to refer, you can go to the PPTs. You does not have the time always to go to the 1 hour video, right? You can go and refer these things. You need certain concept, that some written notes or something that will be provided to you. So that is the reason I'm showing all these particular things. Okay, moving ahead, guys, if we talk about HCM.
Actually, Piyush, I have a question on the previous screen. What is
Yes, tell me.
bitwise? For bitwise operators, why are you calling it
Not
as?
useful for, not useful for you.
Okay.
Okay,
And the third one, exclusive OR, is a caret.
which one?
the OR operator. After pipe, the third one is a caret.
Yes, it is a caret. That is the thing I said bitwise don't consider this. Okay. We have 1000 things to learn. If you don't know this, that is okay. Okay. This is not of any importance.
Thank you.
Second thing, guys, this is just I am explaining while we are working into extracting the data, writing our SQL queries and all, we will be using different concepts. At that time, if required, we will be using those particular things. Okay. So it is not something that, okay, I'm covering the SQL now only and it is done. It is just from the PPT. Everything, guys, 95% of my training is a hands-on practical training. Okay. Fine.
Yes.
Guys, as we see that, okay, there has been different tables for each business object. Like for the person details will be saved here. Okay. Now what the person may have, if you are hiring some particular person into your company, what companies will be asking you? Companies will be asking you that, okay, what is your name data? So there is a name table. They will be taking your address data, they will be taking your phone data, they will be taking your, if you have, what is your PAN card ID or an Aadhaar card ID. They will be taking, in case you are disabled, give us the disability proof and those sort of document. They will be taking, in case you will be having some visa detail. They will be checking your religion details. They will be taking your relationship details, your address details. Okay. They will be taking some checklist details. They will be checking your personal details. They will be saving your salary details. They will be assigning some sort of work to you. So they will be assigning assignment details. Some assignment will be assigned that, okay, you will be working into this project, this assignment, this is your job grade position. So guys, this is the high level overview of the diagram sort of thing which is available into the Oracle Fusion Human Capital Management. Okay. So while we are going to learn the Oracle BIP to fetch the data to build the reports, okay, you have to write the SQL query. You may be familiar. There may be 10,000 or 1 lakh tables and the views provided into the Oracle. We cannot remember all the tables. Okay. And we does not know and we does not need to remember all the tables. We need to get the time once we are working with the guys, basic tables we need to remember. We know the concept. We have to do the research. Every time we are working on to building a report, you have the time to do the mapping, understand which tables are available, which table contain which column. Suppose the data that has been expected by the business may be available by connecting 2 tables, 3 tables, 10 tables. In those tables, what are the common columns? What are the columns that the client is expecting? You will first do all that homework. Then only you will be building the query. So you will be getting an adequate time to do all that research work, POC and all those sort of things. At that time, you should be learning about those particular tables, finding those particular tables. No one will be perfect to remember all the tables. Like in HCM itself, guys, there has been multiple modules. Like human capital management has a core HRMS. There is an absence management that will be dealing with the absence related queries. Payroll management that will be dealing with the payroll related stuff. Talent management, performance management, succession management. There may be 6 7 different sort of modules available. No one is an expert of all the modules. Even the technical consultant who is having 5 years 6 years experience, all will not be getting a chance to work on to the OTL reports or the payroll reports or to the abscess reports. If you have been fortunate, yes, you will get a chance. If you have been working into the financial domain and you have been asked to work onto the HCM domain, the technology is same, the concept is same, the tools are same. It's just there is a different table, different columns, and with your experience, you should be able to search those particular columns. You should be able to build those reports. You may fail, you may face difficulty, but you will be able to achieve the result by end of the day. Okay. Yes, Farid, tell me what is the query that you are having?
Pish, can you quickly tell me what's the difference in person and employee? Is there any?
Both are interrelated things. We will call that employee, worker, and person. All three are same.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. So Is this clear, guys, what we have discussed so far?
Um, we have the any tool to select the table or something, or we have to be inside the application only we can query the data?
Whose question is this?
Sayed.
Sayed, you are from the EBS background?
Yes.
Okay. So, good question. I will be covering everything. Okay. None of the questions, none of your doubt. Like if you think now, like there should be some FAQ. I am an expert of what sort of questions will come in your mind. Okay. So just follow the training for the first week. Okay. I don't want anyone to even ask any questions for the first 2 3 days, because that will not help you to learn the concept. Okay, everything is there, but since you know EBS, I specifically request again, especially for those people who are from the EBS background, guys, please forget everything about EBS. Okay, just to let you know, as in EBS, we have the pages. In those pages, if there is a Oracle form related pages, you can go into about this, and there is a diagnostics. You will get what table is there for that particular page, which field is getting the data from which column. That facility is not there in Fusion. If you are from the EBS background, going to the OAF page, there is an about this page button is there in the bottom. You click onto that for that particular page. What is the query associated that page which is getting executed? What is the table? What is the entire query which you will get from the EBS? That facility is not there in Fusion. Okay, fine.
Okay. Yeah, fine. But my
Now,
question
guys,
is not like that. My
I know
question
you.
is,
I'm
yeah.
coming.
Okay.
I'm coming to that. Now, your question is, as I said, that there is a, suppose let's say three different products. One is human capital management, one is supply chain management, one is financial management. Considering all these three product area, there may be suppose 10,000 tables are there. So where these 10,000 tables? How we will get to know these 10,000 tables? Do we need to remember? We cannot remember, right? Suppose out of these 10,000 for human capital management, 5,000 table and 2,000 tables for the other two product family. So in these 5,000 tables which are there for the human capital management, what will happen? Maybe 100 tables are for the core HRMS, 1,200 tables maybe for absence management, 500 tables for the payroll management, 600 tables for the benefit management, like that. So guys, if the requirement is, if you take the requirement that, okay, you need to get the data related to the employee data and absence data. So out of 10,000 tables, you know that, okay, the tables are related to the human capital management. You restricted your search for the 5,000 table. Now out of these 5,000 tables also, you know that, okay, the data is from which module? Core HRMS and absence. So out of these 5,000, you can restrict your data search for which tables? 100 tables are suppose for the core HRMS and 600 for the absence. So what is the table boundary? Only 700 tables. Now you understand that, okay, you only need to get the employee name details, you only need to get the employee phone number details, and you only need to get the employee you can say salary details, and you need to get the employee absence details. So guys, out of these 600 tables, your data query may be restricted to five tables only. That's how you will restrict and narrow down your thing. And now the question is where these tables are available. Google Oracle Fusion HCM tables. A open document will be provided by Oracle over the internet that anyone and everyone can access. You have to go, when you are going to work onto any of the report, you have to search those particular table from the internet, and you have to do the groundwork, and then only you should be able to proceed. Okay, like suppose if you go to Google, you will see there is a documents available, like fusion fusion HCM tables and view. Suppose like this, you will be getting a document that will list down all the tables related to the fusion HCM. Same way supply chain tables document is available. Same way financial tables are available. In this, guys, what we will see, there has been different modules, absence related tables. Okay, benefits related, career development, celebrate, compensation related table. So for the compensation module, all the tables which are available, that has been listed down there, and the nomenclature and the name of the tables are very quite familiar. By looking into this only, you will be able to understand what these tables are all about. Okay, all we will be covering as part of the table nomenclature. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Now guys,
I have
understand
another
one thing.
question.
Just one second. Understand one thing. If you have been preparing for MBA or GMAT or something, you know, right? There has been lakhs of word available into the English vocabulary. But is it possible that you can remember or learn all the concepts, all the words? No. But there are certain techniques. There are root words. There are prefix. There are postfix. That's how you will learn the vocabulary and you will be able to understand and correlate the word. Same way, there may be lakhs of table available. There is a concept that how we will understand and remember and easily identify the tables. Okay, all that is called table nomenclature. Okay, that all we will be discussing as part of this following trainings in the next 1 week. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Yes guys, this is what we have planned. Before we proceed further, just to highlight, guys, we all should be familiar with this, that we need to have this particular knowledge and hands full of this particular concept. Guys, I again request you, everyone should need to attend the classes from laptop. I do not entertain the students to join the class from the mobile device or PDS or something. Okay, guys, we have conducted 2 demo sessions. Okay, we have discussed different kind of data types, like we have the numeric data type like salary, we have the date data type, that is date of birth, we have the uh, text data type like you can say department name or person name, something like that. Guys, we have discussed about SQL PLS SQL query. There is a SQL, there is a PLSQL. In SQL we have the insert statement, update statement, delete statement. Nothing is allowed, that is called DML operations. Okay, nothing is allowed guys, only the select statement and select queries are allowed. These concepts we have discussed. Okay, so guys, what has happened? What is data? If I say anything, here, if I say 45, 67, 89, 90, guys, if this is just, what is this? You could not be able to correlate anything. This is just a data. Okay, if I say along with this, I will put something meaningful. I will say Sehwag score. So guys, then it will make some sense. Then the moment some unique data, some distinct amount data makes sense, that will become information. If 45, 67, 89, 90, what is this? Whether this is the age of the person, whether this is the weight of the person, whether this is the marks of a single person into different subject, whether this is a marks of 4 different students into one subject, single subject, or whether it's a score run done by the Virender Sehwag. You doesn't know. But the moment I'll give you some sort of identifier, it becomes information. So guys, in this particular application, everything is data, and that data once we saved and place into right places, and all that data will help you to get you some sort of meaningful information only. Clear?
Yes.
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 Guys, I request you to simply go to W3 schools, or go to any of the platform, check only about the SQL, the basic SQL. Okay, and guys, the initial assignments that I'm saying, that okay, please go and check anything into any of the blog. You are free to go any of the blog, any document. Okay, but any topic, if you are taking more than 5 minutes to understand, that knowledge is waste. I don't want that knowledge. Fusion is very self-intuited, AI driven, and so much of advanced technology. You does not need any hardship of the technology. No complex concept is required. things are very simple. Anything and everything that you can understand by going into the blog in one proofreading, that is okay. And once you are going, if I'm going any assignment, please go and search the purpose. I can also give you the links. I can also give you the actual documents. Okay, the purpose that I'm going to give, because I want you to make a self-independent, because as a work of a consultant, every time you are not asked to build a report only on two tables only. You have to search the table, you have to research the things. Okay, please go to Google, search for the structures like Oracle Fusion HCM tables, Oracle Fusion supply chain table, Oracle Fusion you can say financial table. Go through how many modules are there, sub modules are there, what are the tables. From your side, try to understand what is the unique differences that you find between the tables for the compensation module, and the table which are starting with the benefit modules, and the table which are from the absence module. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Guys, tomorrow we will be discussing more about the nomenclature. I want you to do that particular research from your side. We will be discussing about the concept of date tracking. What is date tracking? All that we will be discussing. I have already kept the conceptual knowledge file here. Everything I will be explaining in detail. People who are from the EBS background, they already know what is date tracking, what is effective date, what is the start date, what is correction mode, what is update mode. Nothing is different, nothing is changed here. Okay, guys, in addition to that, I believe everyone is from the professional background. Okay, my particular concept of this particular training is that we have 100 topics. You have to work onto your competency, your interest, your level of expertise. Okay, and your skills as per as the opportunities that you're facing. I may be forcing that, okay, HCM extract is very important, that you should need to work upon and skilled with and learn with, but you are from the financial domain. HCM extract is a tool that is from the only for the HCM domain people. So you may learn the concept, but you may not need to practice, or you may not need to extensively look into those particular concepts. So you have to work as a professional. I don't want you to work as a student. Okay, behave as a student to grab more knowledge. Don't come with any of the leveraging knowledge that you are having. Come as a blind, but uh, practice as a professional. Okay, clear?
Yes. Yes.
Pish, there was a folder shared, but yeah, I still don't have access to that. I think they'll give me access to the
Okay,
instance and everything.
next thing, guys, I am only available to address your query related to the subject. All topics related to your accesses, your folder accesses, okay, your instance accesses, instance is down, it is not working, your password has to be reset. For that, there is a WhatsApp group going to be created. You have the connect with the Kumar, you have a connect directly with the admin. They are the right stakeholders who will help you and support you. Mostly they will be working into the normal 9 to 5 Indian shift. Okay, the max to max, if they may not be reaching out to you immediately, there your queries will be addressed the very next day. Okay, clear?
Yeah. Got it, Piyush.
Next thing, guys, very important thing I need to tell you. Okay, guys, you are a working professional. Anybody who's less than 3 years of experience? Can I consider everyone is more than 5 years experience? Guys, if you have 4.2 years, 4.7 years, that also 5 years. No need to tell that you have 4.8 years or something. Can I consider everyone is having 5 years of experience? Akash,
Yes.
tell
Yes.
me, Akash.
Yeah, hi Piyush.
Akash, yes, Akash.
Yeah, hi Piyush. Piyush, here, this is Akash. Piyush, I have just experience of I have been working in IT field for 4 years, but regarding Oracle Fusion, and then I just have 3 months, 3 to 4 months of experience. So yeah, this is my background. Actually.
That is okay. Please forget all your 3 months experience. I don't want that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Second thing, guys, most of you may be already working in the Fusion, okay, and some of you are having more than 15 years, 20 years of experience. I respect your experience and you are very senior, you are very skilled and you have lot of experience, you know lot of concepts, delivering, okay, the concept of automation, the concept of auditing, concept of delivering, the concept of migration. Please, we will be having a very structured way of learning. All these things will be considered because each technique, each tool may be having a different way to migrate, different way to do the code migration, different things to save the things. Let's not mix up all those things and all your knowledge into the training. Okay, if you have anything specific to ask, please hold back, type in your queries. If that is relevant to that topic, I will address, otherwise I will address separately. Clear? Clear, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Guys, most of the times I have seen that, okay, you may be requesting that, okay, if I can create one group, how to pass on the WhatsApp number or anything of your group. I personally recommend that, okay, this is a collaborative learning. Your LinkedIn connections and other will not help you. These 20 peoples will help you each other because they are all of the same mindset. They have attended the same class. They all are seeking the opportunities into the domain. I personally recommend that you will connect with each other. How you are going to connect with each other, that is your call. I don't have any control to give the phone numbers. I don't have that. Okay. You need to figure it out to connect with each other or connect with admin to create a separate group for you or share the details of each other. Okay. If you have any such request, which most of the students ask, mostly into the last, and then they will be able to lose each their and lose their friends or their batchmates. Please, if you have any such requirements, you manage at your own. I have no control on that. Okay, fine.
Yeah, fine.
Yes.
Next thing, guys, I want 2 or 3 volunteers in each of the class. Please make sure that, okay, every time we are starting the class, I must have started the recording. Mostly I will not forget, but please make sure recording should be there. Always keep a watch that, okay, this blinking icon should be there. Okay. Otherwise you will lose the concepts and the recording because we are going to share the live class recordings to you for the entire batch. Okay.
Yeah.
Last 2 things, guys. If you're going to W3 schools, I want you to go to W3 schools and check for the tutorial for XML. Go to Google. Sorry, guys. Go to Google, W3 schools XML, W3 schools JSON. In the entire course, we are never going to create any XML at our own. We are never going to create any JSON. Only first 3 to 4 pages you need to check into W3 schools, and within 10 minutes you should need to complete those 3 4 pages. If you are able to get the knowledge from those 4 pages in one shot, that much knowledge is more than enough. Other than that, nothing is required for these topics, XML and JSON. Clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Guys, everyone agree? Can you do this for me? Go to W3 schools, check what is the select queries and check what is XML, what is JSON. Not more than half an hour for all these 3 topics.
Sure.
Last 2 things, guys, most of you may be working already into the BIP reports. You may be requiring the you may be getting the requirements. Okay, most of you may be not worked into the actual development. You are very senior person, you have been transformed and just to upskill, and you may be in US and you may be thinking that, okay, if you get these particular trainings conducted, you will be getting a better opportunity. Definitely you will be getting a better opportunity. But if you are having 20 years of experience, your mindset, your framework is different. You are not into the actual coding or building the things, but to conceptualizing the things and all those things. Everything I'm going to cover. Okay. But please allow me to make you the foundation for that. Okay. Clear? Clear, guys?
Yes, clear.
Okay.
Yes.
Last thing. Last thing, especially for the students who are from the EBS background. Okay, EBS is very good tool. EBS is still going to be there. Oracle has already confirmed that till 2036 they are going to provide a support for EBS. If you are so fond of EBS, please don't join the training and be there with the EBS. Okay. Fusion is exceptionally good, user-friendly, easy tool. If you want to feel the luxury, if you want to get the work for which you have to claim that, okay, you are working for 40 hours, but the work can be done in 8 hours, and 4 hours you just need to explore new things, learn new things, be relaxed, and getting the billing, come to Fusion. Okay. Clear, guys? There is no concept related to the hard work related to the EBS. Things has been simplified here. For each work, there is a separate utility, separate tool. Here, guys, you are going to learn different tools, different utilities, and as a consultant, you need to understand which tool suits to the client requirement, which tool, which utility, which concept, which you will club together to provide the solution. Here, we have to work on to provide the solution to the customer. Clear?
Yes.
Anybody who's having more than 15 years experience? No?
Yes,
Mm.
me.
You are still with the technology like working, or you are like just a project manager looking into the conceptual thing, managing the delivery, managing the components, managing the resources?
No, I'm still with the technology. So
Sure.
I am
So
functional, but I am learning technical.
fine. Next thing, guys, if you have any doubts, functional, technical, techno-functional, Fusion is very thin line between functional and technical. Everyone who's a consultant eventually has to be functional, eventually has to end up with the technical. So if you are functional, yes, this is a good training to get into the technical. If you are not functional, definitely it is a good training for the technical. Okay.
Fish, having 15 years experience.
Just one thing. Last one thing, guys, last two things I would like to tell. We will be conducting a session, keeping the session more close to the 1 hour session. I want everyone to join 5 to 10 minutes before. Okay. I want everyone to join with the stable connection. I don't want any sort of interruption. I have seen people are joining, leaving, joining, leaving. Please join with the stable connection. It will be very inconvenient to al allow you again and again into the Zoom meeting. Okay. It's a request. Please follow the decorum. I have seen unnecessary unmute. Please, if you have question, then only unmute and raise the questions. Otherwise, keep yourself on mute. Okay. I will take your question, Naveen, and other person who was asking. Guys, special recommendation for the EBS people to make best use of this particular training. Please understand from this terminology, you are already know how to drive the car. You are the driver. Okay. You already know you are a Formula One racer. I appreciate that. Okay. But here, I am here to make you pilot. Okay. There is a big difference between driver and pilot. Okay. Both are supposed to carry you, to fly you, both are the mode of transportation, but there is a big difference. So whatever the knowledge, whatever the concept that you know from EBS, forget that and try to learn this. Okay, no comparison is required. Wherever the comparison is required, I know EBS, I know SAP, I know work structure, I am learning Dayforce. I have never worked into PeopleSoft, but I know Oracle EBS also. So 4 or 5 different ERP application I know in and out. Wherever the correlation is required, I personally ask you to consider those concepts. Okay. Yes, guys, last 2 minutes and last two questions in case anyone has any questions. Naveen, over to you, and then we will wrap up the session.
Okay. Can you please provide the day-to-day uh, concepts which you are going to learn for tomorrow or something like that before itself?
Naveen, I'm going to tell all that on the daily classes. As I said that, okay, I have shown this sheet. This is your Bible. Okay. We have covered these things. I told that, okay, tomorrow we will be looking into this, and then we will be looking into the security concepts. Okay.
Okay, and what will be the business standard for this role actually?
What does that mean?
The pay scale.
What is your year of experience?
4 years.
Roughly, you will be getting, if you get into a big force, you will be getting 12 to 16, 18 lakhs minimum.
For
Maybe
I mean,
20 lakhs also.
okay. Okay, thank you.
Fine, guys. I guess all your doubts, all the FAQs that you may be still having, most of the things I have tried to cover. If you still have the questions, let's tomorrow 10 minutes I will give you an open discussion sort of thing in the end of the session. But tomorrow first we will be discussing all these concepts. We will be discussing these things, and since I am going to give you 10 minutes, these topics may not be able to cover. First we will be starting with utility, because we will be covering these 6-7 tools, so you will be getting a knowledge about these different tools. Okay, and guys, I will be sticking only for 1 hour. In case there will be an extension, please plan for that. Okay, do not have the immediate meetings after the session, and in case you have to leave the session, I will be always explaining the concept that if you refer the topic later, then also you will not miss anything, and I'll give you a chance in the next class if you have the doubts. Okay, I have seen sometime 1 or 2 people always in a batch complaining that they miss the session or they have a hard stop. If the continuity, if I have to complete the topic, we may need to extend for 10-15 minutes. Okay, that is not purposely, just to close that particular topic I need to extend. Okay,
I have
fine.
one last question, please. What's the meaning of DML in the DML operations?
We will discuss that tomorrow if you have not understood that. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.